Most people drop anywhere from $150 to $300 at the dealership for throttle body cleaning, which is wild when you realize this 15-minute job costs less than $10 if you do it yourself. The real problem is that mechanics see clogged throttle bodies constantly, and they know the average driver has zero clue this simple maintenance fixes rough idling, sluggish acceleration, and garbage fuel economy. What I'm about to show you are 8 steps that'll teach you how to clean your throttle body the right way, help you dodge the mistakes that trash engines, and bring back that new car performance you've been missing. Once you finish this video, you'll pocket hundreds on basic maintenance and restore the throttle response your car had when you first bought it. Let's jump in. Tip number 1. Know when your throttle body actually needs cleaning. Most drivers have no idea that cleaning your throttle body on some rigid schedule is complete garbage. What actually matters is catching the symptoms before they drain your wallet on wasted fuel or pointless diagnostic work. You need to clean it when rough or bouncing idle shows up, when acceleration feels hesitant, when fuel economy tanks out of nowhere, or when that check engine light pops on with airflow or idle control codes. I've watched people burn $300 on replacement sensors when the whole problem was just carbon buildup the entire time. That carbon chokes off airflow and scrambles your engine's computer, which then dumps extra fuel trying to fix what it thinks is wrong. Give your throttle body a look every 20 to 30,000 miles, but only break out the cleaner when these symptoms appear. Doing it this way stops you from working when you don't need to, and catches issues before they lead to expensive shop visits. Just knowing when to clean can save you at least $150 in diagnostic fees. Tip number 2. Get the right tools without wasting money on expensive kits. Walk into any auto parts store, and they'll push a $50 throttle body cleaning kit on you. But the truth is, you need exactly 4 things that cost under $15 combined. Pick up 1 can of throttle body cleaner for around $8. Grab a clean microfiber cloth or any lint-free rag, find an old toothbrush for the stubborn gunk, and use a basic socket set you probably have sitting in your garage already. Nothing else required. Those pricey kits pack in tools you'll never touch and cleaners that don't work any better than the standard spray can. What really counts is using actual throttle body cleaner instead of carburetor cleaner or brake cleaner, because throttle body cleaner gets formulated specifically to protect the sensors and coatings living inside your intake system. Using the wrong chemical can wreck your mass airflow sensor, and replacing one of those runs about $200. Spend $10 on proper supplies, skip the overpriced kits, and you'll use these same tools for years of cleanings that pay for themselves instantly. Tip number 3. Never clean your throttle body while the engine is running. This mistake wipes out engines and leaves people staring at repair bills in the thousands. You might have caught some old-school mechanics spraying cleaner into a running motor, but modern fuel-injected vehicles need a completely different approach where the engine stays fully off. Spraying cleaner into a running engine forces harsh chemicals through components that are blazing hot, damages sensors without warning, creates lean fuel conditions that trigger misfires, and in the worst cases causes hydrolock that destroys everything. Today's throttle bodies come loaded with electronic sensors and delicate coatings that can't survive getting blasted with solvents while they're operating. The way professionals handle it is by disconnecting everything, cleaning the throttle plate and bore completely while nothing moves, and letting it all dry before putting it back together. I watched someone hydrolock their engine and rack up over $2,000 in damage because they tried cleaning while running based on advice that stopped being relevant decades ago. Kill the engine, pull the key out, and give everything at least 10 minutes to cool off. Taking that precaution keeps your engine safe and makes sure the cleaning actually does what it's supposed to. Tip number 4. Disconnect your battery before starting. Modern cars run drive-by-wire throttle systems that computers control entirely, and moving the throttle plate by hand while the battery stays connected confuses the system or outright damages the motor. What you need to do is simple but cannot be skipped. Before you touch a single thing, disconnect your negative battery terminal with a 10mm wrench, which takes all of 30 seconds and prevents multiple expensive failures. When power still flows, the throttle position sensor talks constantly to your car's computer, and manually opening the throttle plate while it tries holding a specific position can strip gears inside the actuator motor or corrupt the stored idle position. Skipping this one step has cost people anywhere from $400 to $800 in repairs. After the battery comes off, wait 2 full minutes for every system to power down completely. Doing this also resets your idle learning, which is exactly what you want once the cleaning gets done. Reconnecting everything after the job lets your car relearn proper idle behavior with a spotless throttle body, and you get optimal performance back. This prevention step costs nothing and takes less time than you spent reading this paragraph. Quick heads up, if you're finding this helpful, go ahead and hit that subscribe button because I drop videos like this every week, showing you how to handle repairs the dealership charges a fortune for. Alright, back to it. Tip number 5. Remove the intake tube for complete access. Trying to clean through the intake without removing anything means you'll miss about 70% of the buildup that's actually causing problems. Professionals locate the tube that connects your air filter box to the throttle body, loosen both hose clamps holding it in place, and disconnect whatever sensors clip onto that tube. Most of the time you need just a flathead screwdriver or an 8mm socket, and the whole removal takes maybe 3 minutes. Once that tube comes off, you get full visual access to see exactly how disgusting everything looks and reach every surface where carbon piles up. The backside of the throttle plate collects the worst deposits, and there's no way to clean it properly without this kind of access. Snap a quick photo on your phone before unplugging any sensors so you remember where each one plugs back in later. This stops the classic screw-up where someone forgets which sensor goes where and spends an hour troubleshooting. I've seen people fight for ages trying to scrub through a tiny gap when spending 5 minutes on proper disassembly would have given them perfect reach. Carbon on the spots you can't access without removal causes most of the performance loss, so skipping this means you're basically doing half a job. Tip number 6. Use the correct cleaning technique to avoid damage. This is where most DIY attempts fall apart, because people spray massive amounts of cleaner and scrub like they're attacking rust, which ends up damaging the protective coating on the throttle bore. The technique that actually works stays controlled and gentle from start to finish. Spray a small amount of throttle body cleaner onto your microfiber cloth, instead of shooting it directly into the bore. Then wipe the throttle plate and bore using smooth circular motions with moderate pressure that removes carbon without scratching anything. When you hit stubborn deposits, dip your toothbrush in cleaner and scrub gently until they break loose. Never flood the system with excess cleaner that can drip down into sensors or run into the intake manifold. After every wipe, switch to a clean section of your cloth to remove the residue you just loosened. You'll watch black carbon come off right away, which shows you exactly how much that buildup was choking your airflow. Keep spray away from the throttle position sensor and any electrical connections you can see inside the housing. Soaking everything might seem thorough, but I've seen people do exactly that, and then wonder why their car idles like garbage because they contaminated the sensors. A typical sedan should only need about 1/3 of your spray can to get completely clean. Using this amount prevents waste and chemical damage while delivering results that look professional. When you finish, the throttle body should show almost silver metal again, with smooth surfaces and zero carbon left on the plate edges. Tip number 7. Don't touch the throttle plate stop screws. Adjusting these screws costs people hundreds in recalibration fees they never had to pay. Inside your throttle body you'll spot small adjustment screws that control where the throttle plate sits when closed, and the rule here is absolute. Never touch, turn, or remove these screws for any reason whatsoever. The factory sets and calibrates them specifically for your engine's airflow needs, and even the slightest adjustment throws your idle completely off, potentially causing stalling, high idle that won't drop, or check engine lights that need professional scan tools to clear. Getting them recalibrated at a shop runs between $100 and $200 because the equipment required isn't something you have in your garage. People think they're being helpful by cleaning under the screws and end up with a car that won't drive properly. Your only job is cleaning visible carbon from the plate and bore surfaces, and everything else stays exactly how you found it. Screws with paint marks on them show the factory calibration setting, which is another reminder to keep your hands off, stick to carbon removal, and leave all adjustments alone. Just knowing this can save you the entire cost of professional cleaning because you won't create brand new problems while fixing the old one. Tip number 8. Perform the idle relearn procedure after reassembly. What separates a complete cleaning from a half-finished job is this. Your car's computer spent weeks or months learning how to compensate for that dirty throttle body, and now that everything's clean, you need to wipe that old learning and start fresh. After reconnecting all your parts and reattaching your battery, resist the urge to just start driving around. Turn your key to the on position without cranking the engine. Hold it there for 30 seconds, then turn it off. Do this 3 times in a row. This process lets the computer recognize throttle position sensor readings with clean components instead of the gunked-up ones it had memorized. After that, fire up the engine and let it sit idling for 5 to 10 minutes without touching the accelerator pedal at all. The idle will probably hunt up and down for the first few minutes while the computer relearns, and that's completely normal behavior you should expect. Without running this relearn procedure, your car might idle roughly or throw codes because the computer keeps using compensation values that don't match reality anymore. Some vehicles need you to drive through specific patterns or hook up a scan tool, so check what your owner's manual says about any special procedures. This final step makes sure you actually get the full performance and throttle response improvement you just spent time cleaning for. You now have the complete process that shops charge $150 to $300 for, and you're pocketing at minimum $120 in labor, dodging the common mistakes that damage sensors and cost hundreds more. Plus, you've got the knowledge to keep your engine running at peak performance for under $10 every single time this needs doing. Over your vehicle's lifetime, the total savings from this one skill easily clears $1,000. If this saved you money, or you've got questions about your specific vehicle, drop a comment below. Make sure you're subscribed because I'm breaking down more expensive repairs you can tackle yourself in upcoming videos. Before you go, quick disclaimer. Everything here comes from my professional experience and research, but your owner's manual should always be your first reference. Follow what your manufacturer recommends for your specific vehicle. If you're not comfortable with any maintenance work, find a qualified mechanic you trust. Stay safe out there.